Hello students, I am Dr. Divya Madan, your pediatrics faculty with PW MedEd, and as a NEET PG 2026 is just around the corner, 30th August, you literally have days that you can count on your fingers right now. So I'm going to decode the last 7 day strategy in case you are feeling very lost at that time, right? It's completely normal right now to feel that you have forgotten everything, that you have an enormous syllabus with you, 19 subjects. It's not easy and practically impossible to know each and everything in medicine, right? So it's actually very normal to feel lost. So if you're sitting there feeling like your brain right now is a blank slate and you cannot actually remember a single line, then just take a breath. This is not a failure situation. You can still work it out. You can still use it strategically, revise the high yield points, and perform well in the exam, right? So here we are going to decode the last 7 days. So mark your calendars. I'm starting from the last 7 days. So we have from the seventh day starting from 24th of August, right? So you have time right now. This is how you're going to divide the first 3 days, that is days 7, 6, 5. It is going to be your conceptual block where you are going to just refresh those conceptual subjects that actually need revision. Then comes the volatile days. Here you are going to focus on the volatile subjects, day 4, day 3, day 2. The last one day, the last 24 hours, you have to design in such a way that you refresh only and only the hyper volatile stuff right now. Okay, so let's start the first block, our conceptual block. So in this non-negotiably you have to dedicate at least 12 hours in a day, right? So in this 12 hours you are going to focus only on the conceptual subjects. So 4 hours focus on the main major subject, your surgery, OBGYN, all these major subjects, right? Then 2 hours give to these moderate length subjects, the second year but high yield paraclinical preclinical subjects like path, micro. 2 hours give absolutely to the high yield images, because NEET PG and INI also, they are focusing more and more towards images. So go for hyper yield images, high yield images, right? And lastly, 2 hours for your marked PYQs. Remember, I'm not asking you to go and revisit your bookmark question bank. Go towards your marked previous year questions. These are those previous year questions that you repeatedly mark wrong, right? So make a filter. Only the previous year questions, the previous year topics, only those questions you are going to review. And finally, the last 2 hours are going to be your weak topics, right? This is going to be different from each every one of you. Some people have opthal, ENT as weak subject. Some people have some other subject like, let's say, anatomy as a weak subject. So in those cases, revise those weak subjects of your area, or something that you have revised in the previous day and now you want to refresh. So go through that in those 2 hours, right? So this 2 hour is going to be your miscellaneous topic. So this is going to be your format: 4 hours major subjects, 2 hours path and micro, 2 hours high yield images, only 2 hours your PYQs, and 2 hours for your weak subjects and miscellaneous topics. So this is going to be the pattern for these conceptual block. Once this conceptual block is done, you move towards day 4 to day 2, where you focus just on hyper volatile subjects, right? So all the subjects that actually have volatile stuff require memorization. So all of these are going to be covered in this block, right? So how you're going to go towards this? I know what all these heavy subjects that need memorization. In first year you have biochemistry, second year pharma, then opthal, and some of the tables and some of the genes, all of these that you study in path, all of these are very core memorization subjects, right? There is no logic to it. You just have to memorize these facts. So on these days you have to focus on these subjects. Focus on biochemistry, focus on pharma, focus on, let's say, opthal, focus on path, the tables. All of these data heavy subjects, they fade really fast, right? So you have to focus on these subjects in these days and divide your 12 hours accordingly, right? Just go through the volatile stuff again and again. Now students often get confused how to go towards medicine. So what about medicine? So right, so let's be realistic right now. Medicine is huge. Medicine is essentially the amalgamation of all the subjects, so you cannot revise the entire medicine syllabus in few hours. If you are trying to do so, you are going to stress yourself out, you're going to burn out. You actually will be able to answer vast majority of the questions from medicine if your preclinical paraclinical subjects are strong, right? So definitely don't worry about medicine. If you actually want to touch up medicine, choose the only high yield topics which are sure shot questions. For example, ABG analysis, right? Acid base balance interpretation, a short question in the exam. ECG patterns, focus on that. Upper GI bleed, lower GI bleed, emergency protocol, management of status asthmaticus, status epilepticus, right? So these are actually very high yield topics and very frequently repeated. So choose those topics only in medicine that are highly repeated, right? So make a list: the ECG patterns, the ABG balance question, the acid base balance interpretation. This is the topics that where the highest concentration of the repeated subjects come up, so focus on that only. Right, now let's move to the last section. Now let's keep it real. Throughout this time, I'm not going to throw any bullshit at you. I'm not going to throw any inspiration words that you can do it, you have already done it. Just be real to yourself. You know your preparation. Just please don't move towards testing it now, right? So no more GTs. Stop solving GTs. And I also emphasized earlier, don't now go towards your bookmarked question banks. Question banks have number of questions here and there. Whichever platform you are choosing, none of the question banks is going to be purely PYQs, right? So right now, only make a custom module with PYQs. Only do your marked previous year questions. Don't go through your entire Q bank. You are going to tire yourself out, right? So this is from my side. Now coming to the last day, right? The D day, the last 24 hours. What are you going to do in these last day? You have to stay calm. Do not panic. Trust your preparation. Whatever you have done, you cannot change the world or change your IQ or change your preparation that you have been doing throughout in a single day. So there is no need to panic, right? Just focus on the volatile things. Before the exam, you know you have to go through some questions. Go towards anatomy first, because anatomy relations and everything, anatomy is very high yield and weak for most of the students. So don't forget to revise that. In pediatrics, go for milestones, the vaccine schedules, the specific triads, the common tables that they ask in the exam, right? So some of the very focused things. In biochemistry, the metabolic enzymes and everything, go through that once. The tables once. Vitamin deficiencies, all of these are high yield topics and frequently tested, so go for that only in the last day. Don't rush towards any new concept, any new thing in the last run, right? Focus on the things that you have already read, you have already done. You just have to revise that, right? And lastly, take care of yourself. Have good food. Don't order junk. Don't munch on preservative filled bags, plastic bags of chips or something, kurkure or whatever your drug is, right? Bhujia and all. Don't have that. Have light home cooked meals throughout. That will keep you uh, uh, in your best shape also, and in best mind also. Keep yourself hydrated. Please keep a tumbler or a water bottle, preferably a transparent one, to remind you that you need to take this water throughout the day, right? So keep yourself hydrated and sleep is the best cognitive fuel. If you are sleeping fine, your brain is going to function fine, right? Sleep deprived, you're not going to take any good decision for your life. So complete and have good at least 8 hours of sleep in the day, 6 to 8 hours, whatever suits you. Don't oversleep also, but be well rested, be well hydrated. And with this plan, I'm sure you're going to drop your rank. You're going to boost your rank I believe 2000s, right? This is the make or break days, very crucial days, and study as if this is the last time you're going to study this subject. Give your full heart into it, give your heart into it, and all the best. We'll meet on the other side. Remember, you have got this. That's it from my side. Signing off. We'll meet some other time. Thank you.